We're continuing this week with Dan Murrell week, as a lot of people have claimed, with a high-profile singles title match. One of the big rookie sensations that has come into Schmoedown this year is one Primetime Paul Oyama by way of the fan leagues, such as myself, a fan, although me and Paul kind of have nothing in common. He's actually good at trivia. Me is not. But it has been great to see the emergence of primetime Paul Yama during this particular season. And he's now gotten all the way to challenging for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World in about 6 months' time. Just going on a complete power run all the way to the title. However, standing in his way is arguably the greatest of all time, Dangerous Dan Murrell, who is going to attempt to defend his championship for a second straight time. If doing so, he will kind of close the deal on kind of guaranteeing an automatic title shot going forward. So it's not going to be easy, but there are pretty big stakes for both of them. Obviously, Dan Murrell, as I alluded to, with a successful defense, will get an automatic title shot, along with an automatic title shot that he's already got with his free-for-all victory. And Paul Yama, with a victory, will become the youngest Schmoedown champion in history. So, a bunch of historic moments are going to take place today, but which of them will take place? Well, let's find out now on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Welcome back. So, rather than actually waste about 5 minutes and just bleeble blabble and everybody, put everybody to sleep, let's just get right into the match, because that's what everybody wants to get into. You don't watch a reaction to see people talk, or at least that's what I've been told. So, without further ado, let's get into this in 3, 2, and 1.
You know I'm gonna be just like you.
Never mind. Well, I just have to listen to him talk. So I just spared a y'all.
I'm gonna make you proud of me.
Perfectly balanced.
Greetings,
all things
peasants. It is I, your new commissioner. But you will simply call me your captain. Now, my reign has been
Why not
short,
Admiral?
but I've already made it clear that I will be doing things the right way.
As in the wrong way.
My way. For far
Bingo.
too long, this league has browsed over the true competitors and given ridiculous favors and rules favoring those who simply do not deserve it. Those days
Like me?
are gone. I've already been working tirelessly to clean up this garbage dump that Emma and Sam have been neglecting. First of all, the rules. What are they? No one knows. Week to week, they seem to change. There will be an official rule book printed out with rules,
and it'll be ginormous.
Will add my special touch to. This book will be available for those to reference.
Can I buy it on TeePublic?
Arises. Champions. I was the first Inner Geekdom champion, and if it wasn't for
even though they forgot,
I would still be champion, because I would have defended that belt until the day I left this earth. Today's champion
objection
will have to earn it. I was made aware that a champion only needs to defend a championship twice before gaining an automatic rematch. Gone. From this day forward, the champions will have to defend their titles four times before earning an automatic rematch.
Well, forget everything I just said in the beginning, folks.
And it goes into play today. The free-for-all.
Yeah.
Next year, Andrew Guy or McWeeny will win the free-for-all and receive a title shot of their choosing.
Not based on what I saw this year.
Official set time of when this title shot has to take place. A full year from free-for-all to free-for-all. For example, Dan Murrell and William Bibiani have until next year's free-for-all to use their shots. And now this leads me...
I think that rule is already established.
This is where the system
quick cutoff
in my favor. Now, yes, my reign at the moment is from July 15th to August 15th. However, the tournaments need a commissioner to run both tournaments. And I assign myself to be the commissioner.
What am I supposed to do then?
The singles and team tournaments. So, I am creating a job that I am hiring myself to do. This current job is only a month long. However, my job as tournaments commissioner will run until the end of the season. I will set the brackets. I will make the rules. And I will determine the prize of the tournament. This is just the beginning. You think Kalinowski and Tad mixed things up? They tried to do it under the guise of fairness.
Tad, new Coke.
This is a pure power trip. This is pure dominion. This is annihilation.
Minions,
and yes,
where?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a dictatorship.
Oh, dear. Oh, bother. But Thanos wasn't a dictator. He wanted everything balanced. It's all things should be. Come on! You got the character all wrong! Hello, Mark. Hello, Christian. The gang's all here. You are looking live from Collider Studios in Burbank, California. And it disappeared before I finished. Crap.
That's right, Christian. You and I both done our Sunday best for a big matchup, and boy, what a 5-round extravaganza.
And Mark Ellis apparently wants to wish us all a happy 4th of July, as I've done for the last 3 weeks.
That's right.
America. The end.
Of the world, and man, what a journey it's been for the challenger Paul Oyama.
Journey.
When you go, it's funny because there was a picture that was posted recently, and there's that picture right there. It's Paul Oyama taking a picture with the champion, and that's when Paul came to a live event.
And I was there too, and nobody knew who I was.
And it was Chance Ellison, everyone.
Oh well.
Chance Ellison is the fan competitor that's going to take the league by storm. Paul Oyama said, "Nope, Primetime is here."
But I did meet Paul.
In the dungeon, they've taken storm. They've gone 4-0.
Paul's a good guy. Don't let the show fool you.
Season in singles. Dangerous Dan Murrell did it back in 2016.
I actually sat next to him at the General Bar, and we bullshitted.
That wasn't me. That was Santa Claus. That was somebody totally different.
Oh, we got the confirmation. It was Santa Claus. Confirmed.
Versus New School, and Dan Murrell is absolutely a legend of the game.
Well, if it's New School and Old School, then I'm a dropout.
Sorry, Sam Levine. But he's in the argument for sure. And it is one of those matchups. It is one of those matchups to where you see this new school competitor against the old guard. What's going to happen? That's what I love. I love it when you're talking about athletics, whether it's basketball, football, golf, or movie trivia. I mean, you have people that grew up worshiping.
Oh, you got a ticker. Boop, boop, boop. Golf is great, but Tiger stinks.
They want to be like Tiger Woods. They take pictures of when they're
no, they don't. No, they don't.
On the golf course. That is the situation.
They want to be Koepka. He's the man. He's the man. He's the man. He's the man.
Engine running as long as we have. Oyama was a little zygote when Murrell was beating people like me in championship matches, and now he gets
of course, at the time of this recording, the second round of the Open Championship is finished. J.B. Holmes. Really?
Champion of of all time.
He's 22?
So if he can do it.
It's gross.
If he can do it.
10 years younger than me. Crap.
Dan Murrell, should he
I can't make no history at anything.
This will be his 4th
Oh,
round title
insults.
he has had. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is it, and we are so excited to see how we got here today. Here we go.
Ready, boys?
We're calling up some kids to the major leagues here today, Daniel.
A piano.
Paul Primetime Oyama is coming in from the fan leagues, follows in chance. He's our
Over the rainbow.
from the fan leagues.
Oh, it's not Godzilla 2.
In his first 4 matches.
You know, you got Dan Murrell and Irwin and Roca and all these guys, and their time's up.
We shall see.
I love setting a new challenge for myself. I love for people to just get that much more fire.
We've seen you play some of the biggest monsters in this game. Like, who is out there that could still potentially rival you and challenge you?
Old McMurrell had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
I'd love to own a farm. That means free food.
Danny boy, you better be ready. Donnie Darko.
Winner, winner, winner. I win. I win.
Jack, tonight I'm unleashing the nastiest, most electrifying player in the game right now. His name is Primetime. He's 4-0.
Thought he was The Rock.
He's studying with the Shaolin monks, and baby, he's gonna rip that belt right off of Dan Murrell's stonewashed jeans.
Paul,
Jeans.
whatever. I don't think he stands a chance here. He's playing the best of all time here. I mean, there was a picture 3 years ago, and he took a picture with Dan.
Talk a lot of trash about, you know, lots of people in this league, but Dan is someone that I respect and someone that I want to beat very badly, and we're going to make it happen.
I like that he respects the game, and he respects the game's history.
This is going to be a fight.
Dan Murrell's like a wooden nickel, okay? Primetime is the Bitcoin of the Schmoedown. His
Wooden
price is
nickel?
surging, and when he takes that belt, he's going to be the gold standard.
Actually, Bitcoin is down this week.
Zipper, what did I
Gold standard, so he's Shelton Benjamin.
I'm the old one. It's time for a new person on the throne. I don't want to give up that throne. There's chaos going on in this league. It needs someone at the top who can hold things together. That's what I'm here to do.
Oh, Yama.
Last time Dan played someone from the fan leagues? Oh, not 1 loss, 2 losses? He might be thinking the 3rd time's the charm, but your time's up. Prime time's now.
Oh, I was expecting a big boom note. We got the subtle note. Sneaky. I'm on to you, though.
There you have it. Dan Murrell and Paul.
I'm on to you, Nerd Chronic, and your music.
Time he has defended the belt.
Or do they do the music? I know they do the promos. Do they do the music?
But all time.
I'm sure he'll let me know.
Once during this run, and the new
He'll say,
commissioner
"You're wrong!
has
Get
now
off the
made it clear that
stage!"
You've got to defend that belt 4 times before you get an automatic rematch.
4? Don't do it like that. That's an insult to the great stable that is now just in wrestling. Even though it's not in wrestling. It's been gone from wrestling for many, 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 many years.
Because if you look at a guy like Dan Murrell, you know he knows his way around Spielberg movies, and you know that he is a big fan of A Galaxy Far, Far Away, and of course I'm referring to Star Trek. With Paul
Yes!
Oyama, the guy's
What's
very
the
good
Star
when you look at genres, when you look at either a comedy or an action.
Star Wars? Never heard of it.
It's very hard for them to meet a wheel slice they don't like in round number 2.
That's right. All right. Well, with that, you ready to get going?
I think I just showed that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Do it, do it for the pig, the pork.
5 rounds for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Championship of the World. Introducing first.
Whoa, Yama. Whoa, Yama. Whoa, Yama. Whoa, Yama. Again, I don't remember any other words.
No
Lots of wins, no defeats. Not me.
And there he is, the challenger, the young challenger, the whole dungeon.
Comes out, it's all the dungeon, but if they're the dungeon, shouldn't they all be locked up? Ah! That was a bit of a stretch.
Very interesting, as you have the young challenger as he sits down waiting.
It is interesting you bring up Kaiser because this is a big
Kaisero.
also manager of the year shades, maybe.
Possible. Roxy Striar already has a title this year.
Oh, almost forgot.
Toothpick, Ellis, just to sway your vote.
Oh, there you go.
Ah,
I know how to chew and swallow my food.
Kaiser, if you want a free vote, you know what to get me. Pepsi. Here's to a good match.
Representing the Five Horsemen.
It was so cool hearing this live.
Led to the ring by his manager, Tom Dagnino and Mark Riley, with a record of 12 wins, 4 defeats, and 8 knockouts. He is defending undisputed.
As Jeff said at the free for all, oh crap, I know who this is.
Dangerous Dan.
You're not Dan. You're not Dan. That's Dan.
Is here.
The champ to an ovation, Mark Riley, the legend, Tom Dagnino, another manager of the year competitor. So a lot going on here.
I do this, but usually it's followed by facepalm because it's warranted. Don't you watch my videos? Always warranted. Oh, respect.
What's he saying to him?
He's whispering something. He may be asking to borrow a toothpick, or he may be offering the toothpick he offered to me.
Whatever it is, I mean,
Shaking hands. If this was the FIA right now, 5-second penalty.
Tony short of your stable, aren't you? Where's Roka watching CMT?
Time's up, sweatshop boys.
All right, so representing
CMT.
the New York Mets, 2 all-time great franchises.
All right, so Mark,
Still better than the O's. They stink. Haven't you heard?
To read the rules around number 1 of this championship match.
I don't read them. They come from my head, and those rules are a 5-round match kicks off with round number 1.
No, I did not get any of the correct answers I'm about to get from any help in the audience. It all came from Mr. JTH's noggin right here.
There's no stealing in round number 1.
Ow.
Ask the question to the field. Please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. Once we ask you by name or nickname to reveal your answer,
Nickname?
your whiteboard to your camera.
What would my nickname be? Loser. Thanks, everybody.
Competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the
Not the JTH rule. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Question repeated. You want to buy yourself an extra 15 seconds? Ask for a JTE rule, and again, it's a 5-round match, so use them wisely.
And if you ask for a JTH rule, they will laugh at you. And they won't even give me a plug.
We ask the champion, are you ready?
Let's do this.
We ask the challenger.
Set your clocks. Let's do this.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown.
Yay!
Here we go. Question
In the category of I'm wrong.
Adventure,
And I'm wrong.
played Dr. Abigail Chase in National Treasure.
Secrets out in the studio. 1 sport coat between the 2 of us, and you draw the lucky number today.
That's right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're dressed classy. I'm dressed like the guy that helps you move.
Just gonna twirl my whiteboard to stall for time. Don't know.
I don't know. Put Charlize Theron, but I don't know.
It's incorrect, Paul.
Diane Kruger?
That's correct.
Oh.
Oyama strikes first. Paul Oyama.
First blood. Ding, ding, ding. Good thing this was not a first blood match.
All right, next question.
Next question is in coming-of-age movies. Coming-of-age
Oh,
films. And your
oh
question.
joy.
Bo Burnham wrote and directed this 2018 coming-of-age film.
They knew it as soon as they heard Bo Burnham. So, it must be easy.
A genre like it
Wish I knew this.
They never had
Well, they might have. We
call
just
them
didn't see it.
dramas?
5,
right?
4. Depends on who you are. 3.
Hell.
Comedy, something
Lion.
like that.
Probably not even the right year.
Down, Paul.
Gucci, 8th grade.
Yes. And
Oh.
Like and subscribe. 8th grade.
right, 2-1.
Like and subscribe, 8th grade. Interesting.
All right.
Like and subscribe, JTH.
Animated.
Make yourself feel better about your game.
Popular animated characters had their own 2005 feature titled
Oh.
The Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Thank God for animated.
You got a family, right? What?
I think so.
What's the animated movie that y'all keep coming back to?
Well, Aladdin right now is everywhere. And live action. 5, 4, 3.
Wallace and Gromit.
1 pens down. We start with Dan Murrell.
They're delightful. Wallace and Gromit?
Yes, Paul.
Wallace and Gromit.
Correct. Paul Oyama staying with that lead. 3-2 over the champ.
All right, your next question comes in the world of dramas. That is a category.
Yes, it is.
At Blockbuster.
Yes. Sorry.
Wrong category.
Jump the gun too. God
Your question
darn
is,
you,
who played
Christian.
the
You
racist
tricked me.
deputy in 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Did you see that movie?
I did, and I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is Ebbing a
I only remember Frances McDormand's in that movie, and I'm willing to bet it's not her.
Do a live photo.
4,
So
3.
I will wait to be
Primetime.
enlightened.
Rockwell.
Yes, Dan
They were a
Murrell.
little racist, but I picked Sam Rockwell.
He was the racist deputy.
That's right, he was in that movie.
All right, next question. Fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. Who directed the 1987 sci-fi film RoboCop?
Oh, you just asked this question, and it's a dude's name that I cannot.
They're going to use the suits.
It's
In what?
it's Paul something.
Or the reboot. 5.
They're rebooting RoboCop?
4, yeah.
Oh shit!
I've gotten so dumb
2.
since I stopped hosting movie
Pretty
talk.
dumb. 1. Pens down, please. And
Paul
Dan Murrell.
Ver or something.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yes.
There, yeah.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yes.
You probably can't tell.
Okay.
It's not that
5-4.
good. I got Paul
He
right,
also
so
directed
half a
the
point for me.
Oscar-winning Showgirls.
Yay!
Sure did.
From the movie release dates category. Movie release dates, your query is Good Night and Good Luck, Munich, and Brokeback Mountain all came out in what year?
Brokeback Mountain's the one
3
that would
movies,
save me.
Very different subjects.
Paul Oyama's already done, and so is Dan.
Yeah, and we should point out at this point.
And JTH is done. I'm gonna get 2.5. Hot dang! Call police and a fireman.
2.
It's 2005.
Unfortunately, also crashed. 2005.
Yes.
It's also the year I graduated.
Correct.
Cause I'm an old man. I don't have it in me anymore.
Is your next horror/thriller? What
Category I never had it in.
terrorizes D. Wallace in 1983's Cujo?
A breed of dog.
Great question.
I like it.
Like it a lot.
Of dog.
Just
Yes.
name a dog. Oh.
So, the answer is not Siamese.
5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
2.
Saint Bernard.
I
Who
would say
knows?
Beethoven, but it's a Saint Bernard.
Yes, it is. Paul.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it. Tie game.
Wow.
I got a question right that Paul didn't. Sign me up now.
Even is that 1 point? You just felt it. Wow.
Sign me up.
6-6 as we get to our final question. No
Give
points
me a
for either
give
one.
him a call.
And our next question, Mark.
But you and I having a perfect match thus far, and we continue with Patreon
Yes, you are.
questions. This comes courtesy of Schmoedown patron Jeremy Hastings. Thank
Man.
you, Jeremy.
Oh,
Watch his reaction videos too, by the way. They're really
Jeremy Hastings.
Well,
a
thank
great
you.
Fan, and you can be a great
Which-
fan as well. Join the movie.
which
Trivia
one are they
Squad
gonna
on
use,
Patreon today. Select which tier is right for you. Maybe someday a sleeveless man will read your name during a match.
and I
Jeremy
approve.
Hastings wanted the category of. Are you guys ready? Comedies. That's what he wanted. That was what great laughter.
Oh, it's the Monty Python question. The Monty Python.
In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, how many questions needed to be answered correctly in order to pass the bridge of death?
Who approacheth the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3. The other side, EDC. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? I don't know that.
Pens down, and we're going to go to you first, Mr. Oyama.
3.
Yes.
Fear not, I'm not dead.
Tie game.
3.
Wow. what
Yay!
a first
They
round.
know their Monty Python.
With the challenge,
Impressive.
challenger Oyama hanging toe-to-toe
We are the knights who
7-7
say,
to round number 2. Mark, how's that go?
This is the wheel round, the wheel of fate, doom, and
Me.
justice. The wheel
Pang
of murder.
and
You're going to see a bunch
Meow.
of different slices from different corners of the movie trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. And as we see
Cut
the wheel
down
round,
the
you'll
mightiest
note that
tree
the
in the
fans
forest
watching out there as well.
with
Patriot Christian
a
Harloff.
herring
And no
Dan.
spinner's choice on the wheel, as mandated by
Oh.
the current champion Dan
Well-
Murrell. That
well,
is
now
correct.
Dan has a
It
chance.
is 12 different
Damn
slices.
right.
of movie trivia know-how.
So well last time.
Each slice contains 4 questions therein. Each question is worth 2 points. So there's a maximum
Well, now,
of 8 points.
it's not the Wheel of Death anymore because there's no spinner's opponent's choice. Now it's just,
if you're not sure of the answer
Wheel of
you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you
Critical Contusion,
which is the correct answer. That
or
the question goes down to
Wheel of Paper Cut, Wheel of Indian Rope Burn.
Your challenge. Dan Murrell and Oyama are tied, Christian, since Murrell has that wonderful.
I need to come up with a better name for a non-Wheel of Death.
You may defer to your bespectacled opponent.
Well, since I'm the old man in this match, I'll spend a little more time in my easy chair and have Paul go first.
Paul Oyama gonna get up there and spin from the
Making fun of himself. It's not fun to make fun of your own age.
Very colorful wheel.
It is indeed.
A lot of good stuff.
Colors.
Kaiser spotting him as he spins the wheel.
It's a big match for Kaiser, man. This is, again, first.
Gets him into that conversation.
Yeah, it does.
For
First time in the league. I mean, you already had Smets in the number 1 contender. Here's Oyama in the championship match here. And what's going to happen? I think Oyama's already proven.
Round and round it goes. We could be looking at a Robin Williams.
Oh, Robin. Oh.
Quentin Tarantino. What are we
I was hoping for Robin Williams. Just so we could hear a Jamie Costa reference. Welcome back.
All right, so the kid's going to take Tarantino.
All right, so Oyama selects Tarantino, director we've seen a fair.
Oh my God!
In Schmoedown matches past.
Oompa loompa doobly doo, don't trust the everlasting gobstopper. Not that funny, but fun to say. And now we're dancing. Come on, Madonna, call.
Known for roles in 80s and 90s television, played plantation owner Spencer Big Daddy Bennett in Django Unchained.
Oh, is that Don Johnson?
Don Johnson?
Correct for 2 points.
Yes! That might be the only Tarantino question I ever get.
In Inglourious Bastards, what was Fassbender's Lieutenant Archie Hickok's profession prior to joining the British Army?
Multiple choice.
Was he A, a dairy farmer, B, a film critic, C, a cinema owner, D, a soccer player?
A sake player?
Cinema owner?
Likes to play with sake.
A, dairy farmer, B, film critic, C, cinema owner, D, soccer player.
He was a film critic.
That is correct for 1 point.
I bet Dan knows a film critic for 2. Yeah, I wonder why.
Michael Keaton appears in which Quentin Tarantino directed film?
Reservoir Dogs?
Jackie Brown?
For 2 points.
Oh. The one that everyone forgets.
Final question. Which martial arts...
And by everyone, I mean me.
Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill.
Sonny Chiba?
Correct for 2 more points. So,
wow.
Sonny.
One steal there.
Knows the stuff.
Yeah, 1 steal there, and now it's 13-8. But Dan has his chance now to spin the wheel. He wants to look for something that he's pretty good at here too, to see if he can get himself maybe a lead.
That's right. He could maximum of,
get something he's good at, which is insert category here.
Murrell did to Oyama. Stealing's available, so Oyama could be looking to pad his lead even.
Yeah, there was one point stolen from Oyama from the champion. And now he finds himself.
All depends on what he can get.
Let's see. You got to still be feeling pretty good if you're Oyama. 5 points over on the champ right now. It's like, and it just depends on what Dan hits here.
That's right. Round and round that.
Let's get animated, or Jim Henson, or Star Trek. God, there's a lot of stuff on there I like.
Strong spin.
And they're all right in a row. Boop, boop, boop.
Releases. Dan talks about movies a lot. Here comes Tom Dagnito.
Oh, I think he's gonna take that. He'll probably take that.
Now remember, Dan sees a lot of stuff. Though. That's the question.
The words of wisdom emerging from that beard.
Yeah, Dan's out seeing a lot of question is, yeah, he's gonna keep new releases.
Yeah.
He's good.
Speaking of Star Trek, it's a bit of a bummer because I submitted a Star Trek question that I was hoping would get used for Comic-Con, but sadly, it's not going to be used. So, oh well.
Robert Zemeckis.
2 points.
That's right.
All right, so Dan has cut the lead to 3. And your next question in the world of new releases. You can find the character of Shank, voiced by Gal Gadot, in her game Slaughter Race.
Ralph breaks the internet. And Daggone it.
Ralph breaks the internet.
Yes, he does. And
I was actually going to submit a question similar to that this month. What was the name of the online racing game in Ralph Breaks the Internet? Now I don't get to submit that question. Ah! Shot down by the question writers.
Linda Cardellini.
2 more points.
No, it's too easy.
Well, I'll have to come up with another question now.
And your last
Oh, well.
in Creed 2. Who
What is your favorite color?
Trainer Tony Little Duke Evers.
Multiple choice, please.
I can provide that. Is it A, Russell Hornsby, B, Coleman Domingo, C, Michael Beach, or D, Wood Harris?
Let's go A.
Wood Harris.
That is correct, and Dan Murrell.
Of course it is. Because it's not what I picked.
He had a maximum of 16 points he could have had. He got 15. Now he's got a 2-point lead.
He was down by 5. He's up by 2, and now we get to there's 5 rounds in this championship
5
match,
big
so
rounds.
Round number 3, which is the betting round. Mark, how's that go?
Get ready, gamblers. This is your round because the wheel's going to be spun.
I like gambling, but not when it comes to trivia questions.
As I finish the rules,
Well, actually, movie trivia questions. If it was sports, look out, you. Looking at all you out there that love your sports, I take you down.
Once we get your wager up here at the answer desk, the question will be administered, and then we'll ask you each individually for your answer. Please write down your answer on the whiteboard. Do not verbalize it into the microphone until we ask you to do so by name. If you get that question correct, you gain as many points as you wagered. If you get the question wrong, you lose that amount of points. So wager
sounds fair enough.
Perhaps it's a championship match.
Not wisely. Wisely is the correct answer, or the correct term. I wish wisely was the correct answer. I would just give that every question.
There it goes.
Yes. Please don't kill the wheel. It has a family, damn it.
Have their way with that wheel.
The dramatic zoom in. Dramatic close up. Come on. Jim Henson. Jim Henson. No. Jim. Star Trek. No. None of it. All those great categories, and you slash my throat with horror. Figuratively, and hopefully not literally. Because I gotta pay the bills.
You can just flip it over to make sure we can see it up here.
All right, here we go, guys. Here's your
I bet negative 5 points. So if I get it wrong, I gain 5 points.
Murders all the adults in the town of Gatland.
I figured it out.
Film based on a Stephen King story.
You know the way you asked that question.
How many Stephen King stories are there?
Thank you.
That was riveting.
Thank you. That's the way I would pitch it in a room. That'd be good.
In a room?
Five.
I guess it's not the room.
3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Yes.
Yep.
Do it again.
John Franklin plays a sinister young preacher named Isaac Kroner, who leads a cult that murders all the adults in the town of Gatlin. In what film based on a Stephen King story?
I got bored halfway through.
That's fine.
Sequel's never as good.
It doesn't really work as well.
Unless it's Return of the Jedi. Right, Mark? Contradiction.
4,
Objection.
2, 1.
In your face.
We start with Dan. How many points?
1 point.
And?
Children of the Corn.
And how many points, Paul?
2.
And you said?
Sleep Talkers.
You are incorrect. Dan is correct. Dan gets a point.
Oh!
And that's what happens in the betting round. Christian, what a swing. Dan Murrell now has a 5-point lead. Paul Oyama so close because the answer was Children of the Corn, but I will point out in the film Sleepwalkers, somebody gets stabbed with a stalk of corn.
That's right.
It happens.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
It happens.
Spoiler. It's not me.
5-point lead as we get into this speed round. Oyama needs to have a great round here because the betting round just set him back tremendously.
Yeah.
And
but you want to talk about how to catch up in a championship format? Look no further than round number 4. As Christian said, that is the speed round, the lightning round. The buzzers are coming
The lightning round. What is this? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? What is this? That Friends episode where they put up the apartment?
Hall is going to be asking 5 questions. As soon as the question is asked, you do not need to wait until the
What was Monica's name when she was a field hockey goalie? Big fat goalie. That's correct. That was so mean. You're so mean.
Exactly 2 seconds to answer correctly. If you get it right within 2 seconds, you gain a point. If you get it wrong,
let's test those buzzers. What is Mark Andreyko's teammate's name? Jeff Gordon.
It was good though. All right, so we'll ask first the champion.
That will never get old.
Challenger, you ready?
Still don't know what Jeff was trying to wear there, even though it was technically it was Pride Month.
On the roll of 007.
Paul, Casino Royale.
Yep.
Correct. For the first time in what 2006 James Bond film? Question 2. Name the film from the following characters: Haywood, Warden Norton, Captain Hadley, Red Brooks.
Dan.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
Yep.
Paul knew it too. It was a split second late.
Who directed Wall Street?
Paul.
Oliver Stone.
Yes.
All right. 4-point game. 2 questions remain.
Who played ballerina Nina Sayers?
Paul.
Natalie Portman.
Yes, that's correct.
The Swan Queen and Black Swan. We have one more. Paul can pull to within 2 points going into round 5.
Which one of the following actors has not played Hamlet in a film? Kenneth Branagh, Joseph Fiennes, or Mel Gibson?
Paul.
Joseph Fiennes.
Yes, correct.
There he is.
Good speed round. Finds himself within 2 now, and now it's a game.
That was a big point there. Getting it to 2 is a big deal.
Into the final round here, Mark. This is a good spot to be if you're Paul Oyama.
You know, I don't want to sign us up for the Psychic Advisor Hotline, but we kind of foretold this, where we said, look, Dan got a lead, but this is the lightning round, and Paul Oyama, true to form, he's quick, he's youthful, he's got energy on his side, and he really was fast on the buzzer with the hands and the movie trivia know-how. It's now a 2-point game, and like you said, anybody's match. This is the championship level contention that we
2-point game.
All right.
So we're a slam dunk away from a tie ball game. Even though a slam dunk is not a ball game. I done goofed.
Last round, unless we go to sudden death overtime. In this round, each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. We need 3 numbers from each.
Sudden death overtime? Well, as RoboCop would say, we can't have that.
Trivia Schmoedown know-how. The first question is going to be worth 2 points. Your next question is worth 3 points. Your last one, should we make it?
You all know the drill.
Worth 5 points. It's been a great match.
Teach them. Teach these players. You pick that number and you win.
Champion Dan Murrell, you're the current champion, and you have a 2-point lead, so you're going to give us your series of numbers first. What feels lucky, sir?
6, 13, and 1.
6, 13, and 1.
Oh, we're so close.
For the challenger.
Come on, Dan.
8, 17, and 11.
8, 17, and 11.
None of them picked 2. Sudden death for infinity rounds. Never decided. No winner.
To start off here, category number 8, war movies. War movies.
What are they good for?
Directed the 1987 film Empire of the Sun.
Good boy, Steven Spielberg.
To tie it up.
He is close personal friends with Dan Murrell.
That's right. All right, so now
so am I.
Dan, who chose
only by name association.
Dan, you picked category number 6, and this is your 2-point question. And your 2-point question is going to come from the category of Pixar movies.
Okay.
And your question: Emperor Zurg is the arch nemesis of
Buzz Lightyear.
Pixar character?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear. Not a flying toy.
Back to Oyama for category number 17 is what you chose, and that's the category of the 2000s. The 2000s. All right. Here we go. Here's the next question. In adaptation, who plays Susan Orleans, author of the nonfiction book, The Orchid Thief, that is being turned into a film?
Meryl Streep.
That's correct. All right.
Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep.
And now we get to Dan Murrell. Dan Murrell.
Crowd. That was the weakest Meryl Streep chant ever.
13, that's right. Dan
Do I need to be the Meryl Streep motivator? I did it at that live show.
Looking at the category of animated movies.
It's a damn shame. Ah, more written by something. Mark will tell me.
And Janine Garofalo.
Ooh. A Bug's Life?
5, 4, 3.
Monsters Inc.
Looking for Ratatouille.
Oh.
All right.
That's the one I'm least familiar with.
Dan Murrell has to hit his 5.
Well, that and The Good Dinosaur, because nobody saw that.
Then it'll bounce back to Oyama.
As Atchity said, the one Pixar movie I haven't seen.
This is the 5. Paul Oyama is the new movie trivia Schmoedown champion, and Dan chose category number.
I'm too caught up in myself. I didn't even realize how big a miss that was.
And that number 1 corresponds to the category of biopics.
Oh, yeah, stole my line there, Dan.
Your question for 5 points and a 4-point lead over Paul Oyama is:
oh dear.
Who plays astronaut Ed White, Neil Armstrong's friend and neighbor in First Man?
Oh dear. That is not the look of knowing an answer.
4, 3, 2. Repeat, please. First one.
Do that. Who plays astronaut Ed White, Neil Armstrong's friend and neighbor in First Man?
All on the line here. It's no sudden death. 5, 4, 3.
I'm not going to draw this out. Giovanni Ribisi, I don't know.
And your winner!
Oh, no!
Movie Trivia Schmoedown Champion of the World!
Oh, Yama. Oh, Yama. Oh, no. No. Jason Clark. He sounds like a guy that would be playing in the Open Championship right now.
My God, and he earned it. He earned it there.
Oh, dear. Bother.
Paul Oyama will be defending the championship against either Ben Bateman. The champion is Paul Oyama. He is still not lost. He is the youngest champion this league has ever seen.
Wow.
He has never lost a match. And look at that kid. He's super excited. He is now.
He's 5 and
The kid might get a big head. He might have to get a bigger pair of sunglasses because this guy, he is clearly ready for his nickname, Primetime.
Yeah, it'd be funny to see Paul in the big goofy sunglasses.
Just runs through the betting round. Now he's got a 5-point lead, but that betting round, that speed round, we've seen time and time again. Fortunes change hands so quickly. Oyama got himself back in the ball game, poised to pounce, and he did.
Oh, we got another ticker. Boop, boop, boop. JTH has no more O puns. Sorry, folks. I tried.
Coming back, then he was up by 5. Paul Oyama had the speed round is what really saved him for sure. And Dan, missed with the 3 and the 5, and that's all she wrote.
I really don't know what to think about this. On the positive side, I sat next to a movie trivia Schmoedown champion in LA. Little did I know that it would be Paul Oyama. Hot damn. I should have got his picture taken. Should have told me he was going to be playing right then and there. Darn you, Paul. What a heel you were, even then.
Maybe we'll get a little bit of that information out from Emma Fife, who is now with the Horseman.
Oh, Emma? Emma's doing the interview?
And the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion, Dan.
Oh,
take it away.
Former.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Emma Fife here with Tom Dagnino, Mark Riley, and Dan Murrell, what is president of the Horseman faction here today. Dan, tough loss, man, really.
I lost it. Just straight out, like, just didn't know it. I mean, there's no other storyline to go with it. I just straight up didn't know the answers, and I played a little tight. I played, I was lucky enough to have a lead. I played a little, I wouldn't call it conservatively, but strategically in the early rounds. I don't think that would have changed the result. I left 8 points on the table in the final round. I don't think any change in my betting or speed round performance would have changed that. I don't think there's any asterisks. I didn't know as much as he did.
Sometimes you just get questions you don't know the answer to, and that's where we are. Tom, are you disheartened by this loss today? The Horsemen have been having a little bit of a time lately.
Yeah,
I would say Tom has a heart.
We didn't need a win here would be crazy. Yeah. We put our best player in there, and unfortunately it didn't happen. I mean, look, I had a great speed round, and I thought we had a nice 6-7 point lead, and he didn't waver, and he won fair and square. Congrats to the whatever their names are, the Sweatshop boys.
The prison gang.
But I think that there is some truth in what you
say.
The
prison boys.
Well, Dan Murrell, we have seen you come back from defeats before, though, so I have a feeling you're going to go home and watch some Pixar movies.
Literally, I had 2 areas of interest that I was going to focus on for this match, and Pixar was the one I didn't choose. I don't know if that would have changed it. Paul knows a lot. He obviously knew the answer to my Pixar question, which it's always great to hear that from an opponent at the table. I appreciate being dunked on like that when I'm not winning, so that's always lovely. But, it's literally you have the vast knowledge of cinema to pull from. You can only study as much as you can study. You can only prepare as much as you can prepare. Sometimes you just hit a damn question you just don't know.
And that is definitely what happened here today.
I get that a lot.
Not to mar your splendid reputation here in the Schmoedown, Dan.
I will say I am like 5-0, run to the belt. Obviously, I know what that's like. That is super impressive, and I think Paul is a young player, both in age, which makes me feel even older, and in this game. What I will say, if I was going to offer a piece of unsolicited advice, would be that the run, you've won. So the underdog stories are over. The days when people are underestimating you are over. The days when when someone's going to sleep on you and not think that you're someone that could be underestimated and ignored is over. Heavy lies the head that wears the crown or the belt in this case. So my advice to Paul would be get ready, because there's no more underdog story anymore. The underdogs are the ones that are coming for you, and they're coming for you every single game.
Very well said, Dan Murrell. Yeah.
It's easier to become a star than to stay one. So we'll see what he can do.
We'll see, and we will see what he has to say about his victory here today in just a moment.
I mean, did you expect anything more from Dan Murrell?
What a great statement by Dan Murrell, and then a post-credit scene by Tom Dagnino. Right. And I think that Murrell makes a very good point when he says heavy lies the head that wears the crown. It's not a crown, it's a belt, but it's the same situation, is that now everybody...
Well, he clarified. He said belt.
Top of the mountain, and I think you see this time and time again in sports, is that you have a run that it's easier to get to number 1 and get on top than it is to stay on top. Paul Oyama's got a storied career to be had in the Schmoedown, and this is...
It's hard to get up to number 1, but it's really easy to get down to 32. Isn't that right, O's?
He is 5-0, and we haven't seen that in a long time. 5-0 to the belt. The last person to go 5-0 and win a belt in a single season was the former Intergeekdom champion.
The road to 116 losses continues. On Can the O's Lose Them All?
Kalinowski, you already have Snyder, and another horseman, Ben Bateman, all eyeing down. I'm sure Emma Fife is going to ask about that New York event that happens on August 31st. So there's a lot of things happening here, but she is with the brand new
August 31st, the day before my birthday.
And we are back with the
do the math to find out what date it is.
Schmoedown champion in Movie Trivia Schmoedown history, Paul Oyama. You must be feeling pretty proud of your accomplishments today.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I've been working for this for a long time, and I knew that I was ready for it.
Well,
my faction mates did as
not
well.
that long.
They believed in me just as they should. But yeah, this is, I mean, the biggest moment of my career thus far.
Now, going into the speed round, you were down by quite a lot. Were you feeling sort of nervous, or did that just make you kind of put your nose to the grindstone and go, okay, here is where I need to make up the point deficit?
No, I knew that as long as I ended the speed round within 5 points, that I think it was pretty manageable. Because anything can happen on a 5-point question. They can be tough. So yeah, I just came in prepared, and I just figured I would play my game. If he got to the buzzer first, so be it. But I was going to be quick on that, and it paid off, I guess, eventually at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Now, Kaiser, you must be feeling pretty proud of your young protege's victory here today.
I did a great job sitting in that chair, watching.
Well, first of all, Emma, I was just texting with the mayor. We're trying to figure out a good date to have a parade here in downtown Los Angeles. You are invited. You can ride in the car with me in Prime. Oh, boy. You know, the pundits got it all wrong. You know, the pipsqueaks out there that want to write all this horse crap about me not being a good manager.
Oh, writing. I don't write.
The crew on Collider Live, they don't know their butts from a hole in the ground. They want to flap about how bad a manager I am. Well, how's that for bad managing? Because it's prime time. He's 5-0. He fears no man or woman in this league. And I want to just get him to the next match. Let's get it on. Who are we facing next? Are you even the commissioner?
I'm temporarily demoted,
Oh, that was a cheap jab.
Here I am. Well, I mean,
What?
obviously
None of this
there
power.
is the big New York event that's coming up that you'll now be participating in.
Very well liked in New York.
Great.
Like
I guess
me.
They don't know you all that well in New York. Yeah.
Cheap jabs,
so
left and
what's
right.
your strategy going forward to prepare for that event?
Well, clearly
Win.
sending him out to the monastery worked. I got the monks and the Shaolins and all those guys. They know how to put him through the good
And the
training. So maybe we'll
Olmecs
send him
and the
back
shrines of the
for
Silver
another
Monkey.
run. But, you know, we got the Smasher and the Zip here. They've been nothing but great partners. They've been quizzing this kid day and night. These guys work together. They're a great team. And I think everyone's gone out there and proved it. Our record proves it. Smash is on his way back. Zip's on a run. I'm looking forward to the dungeon. But right now, we got a new champion of the world. And I told you that it was prime time. I told you it was going to happen.
Well, you said it, and it turns out you weren't just running your mouth, because here we
You
are.
were
So
right for once.
congratulations to you again, Paul. Paul, how are you feeling about going to New York?
Prepared. I mean, I just played Dan Murrell, and with all due respect to anyone I might be playing, they're not Dan Murrell. I'm going to come prepared all the same, but, you know, this is where the actual, you know, matches start, I think, in a way. Defending the belt is a whole other beast, like kind of Dan mentioned, and, yeah, I'll be ready. I hope they come ready, because I'm defending this thing.
And who do you hope they are?
I don't care.
Give us Bateman, the men's warehouse model. I don't care who you put up there. Kalinowski, whatever. Just get somebody to New York.
Wow.
Because I'm really hungry. I want cannolis. I want that pizza. I haven't had that in a while living out here in L.A.
New
Ben
York
got an
bagel.
upgrade. No longer a JCPenney suit model. He's now working with Men's Warehouse. So congratulations again to you, Paul. I mean, this is a tremendous achievement, and we look forward to seeing you defend that belt in New York in August. Now back to you, Mark and Christian.
Well, there he is, Mark, the new movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, the youngest champion we've ever seen, 22 years old. Primetime, Paul Oyama. Better never change that song. What a great song that is.
It's a good tune, Christian, but I'm watching this interview, and I'm just thinking.
At least it's
like,
not the
it's not even a
shark, because then you'd have to come out
celebration
to
where they're just
the
so
Jaws
focused on the
theme.
live
It be
event.
Jaws
And I
against
think
Jaws.
that's really coaching Paul Oyama,
Man,
from saying, look, kid,
good thing they dodged the bullet on that one.
because you don't know if you're ever going to see that belt again when you have to defend it. So take some time to just appreciate what you've been able to achieve in your young career before you start thinking about the live fans and the cannolis and the pies and all that stuff.
You're 100% right, because
would you like a pizza
look at what
pie?
the former champion Dan Murrell just said. There's going to be people coming after that belt tomorrow. I mean, now you look at already, because they're going to want to knock this.
At least it's not the 24/7 belt. God, what a travesty that thing is.
One of those guys is going to want to be coming for him, right? Too. But then again, Dan Murrell, he still.
I'll
has
pin you
that
in your
shot.
sleep.
Murrell,
I'm the
if
new
he wanted
champion.
to, could go to New York, wait for him to play one of those guys, and then play him right afterwards.
He could make us stay here and do a rematch. I mean, the guy controls our fate a little bit too.
You're absolutely right.
You,
Dan Murrell wanted to.
that make you the Hotel California. Boom. Do 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 do.
But Paul Oyama is the man.
That's not how that song goes.
At the moment, but tomorrow is the big event in Comic-Con. If you're gonna be at Comic-Con, make sure that you get.
Meanwhile, everyone's going, wait a minute, Comic-Con's tomorrow? Oh, crap! Oh, wait, this was recorded 3 weeks early.
The Crusher Cushing puts the Inner Geekdom Championship on the line as she goes head-to-head with Mike Kalinowski for the belt. The Smasher, Kevin Smets, goes up against the Haymaker, Adam Lavick. That will also be available for the live stream. If you want to get that right now. You can still get it. That is the Schmoedown Live.
Which, according to what I've heard, will start recording at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Good granny.
Ben Bateman,
Good granny.
So get your tickets now.
The Schmoedownlive.com is the place
2 first-round matches of the Ultimate Schmoedown. Apparently not. Unless they're doing 3 matches.
Courtesy of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Check out the Facebook page as well, and obviously enjoy us wherever you enjoy your podcast in audio form. Thanks to our friends at Himalaya. Christian, it's been quite a match here today. Quite a lightning round, quite a betting round, and obviously you had a belt change hands.
And quite a me round.
It's going to be fun, bud.
The live event's going to be really
Got to get our rest.
And like you said, also make sure you go on to Apple Podcasts, listen to any one of
our apple pie. I like an apple pie.
Going to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. See you next time.
I salute you.
Sam, I'm your new boss. Sure.
Yeah. Who made this role?
Singles competition. Go right ahead. I'm going to change the rules. Change whatever you want. Well,
that was easy.
Yeah. All yours, buddy. See you in 30 days. Don't let the place burn down.
I'm going to get a sub.
Let's cause some chaos.
Oh, how sneaky. Okay, so now that we got a whole bunch of Captain Admiral Burnett, or whatever he is, we got ourselves a new Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world. Paul Oyama, he did it. The man I sat next to at the General Bar is the new champ, and he didn't even tell me he was going to do that. Shame on you, Paul. Why didn't you tell me that? I could have been a soothsayer, prophet, Nostradamus, whatever them people are, psychics, whatever. So, yeah. Also, apparently, according to the rules and stipulations, Dan is also not going to be in the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament now because of this. This was apparently something that was predetermined that they were going to do. So, yeah. So, barring a Dan Murrell cash-in of his championship match, this is probably the last time we're going to see Dan Murrell play a singles match this year, unless he cashes in that title shot. So, that's going to be pretty interesting. They alluded to the players that are remaining in that kind of that elimination stage format of what they're gonna of the players that are gonna get to play at the New York show for the title. So yeah, unfortunately this week did not go the way of Mr. Dangerous. Unfortunately, lost 2 matches this week. So we'll see how Dan will come back from this. Obviously, he will still be in the team format in some capacity for the Ultimate Team Schmoedown, of course, unless Mr. Commissioner Burnett finds some screwy way to make that not happen or come up with some diabolical scheme of sorts. So yeah, this Robert Meyer Burnett thing is going to turn the Schmoedown upside down, diagonal, sideways, polka dot, striped, and all that other shenanigans stuff. So nothing else we can do but just sit back, relax, and just enjoy this insanity that will transpire within the next month. But of course, as they alluded to, the Comic-Con matches will be tomorrow. Hopefully I can stay awake to actually be able to see them live, and hopefully I'll be off not having to work at the Delaware State Fair that late, because that would just be excruciating, having to do volunteer work there, then come home, drop dead tired, and trying to watch the Comic-Con shows. So yeah, so yay for sleep. Let's hope I get plenty of that. So yeah, that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It was a great week of matches, but we're only halfway through. We still got the Comic-Con matches, as I alluded to. Hopefully they can both deliver, which I'm sure they both will. So always watch their content first. It's the right thing to do. Follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1 and follow all the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown content, Facebook page, Twitter page at the Schmoedown, the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown website, triviasd.com, and become a patron if you can. You may get a shout out, like I did in this match, which I did not see coming. So yay me, you can be like me. Who wants to be like me? No one does. You can have a beard like me though. Be a goat. Just visually, not figuratively. So until next time, I'm guessing both Comic-Con matches will be posted next week. So in that case, I will see you next week for the Comic-Con edition of Schmoedown. I will see you then. So until then, this is JTH. Thank you for watching, and I bid you adieu.